All right, so here's the logic problem I sent you to add. So we've got Abby and Beth. They both picked a number. They don't know what each other's numbers are. Abby asks Beth, "Is your number double mine?" And Beth says, "I don't know." So if she had an odd number, she would know that it can't be double Abby's. So she can't have an odd number. So that rules out all of the odd numbers, leaving only possible even numbers. And then Beth asks, "Is your number double mine?" Now, Beth knows, or Abby knows, that Beth only has even numbers. So if she had an odd number, she couldn't be double Beth's, and so she would say no. So she doesn't have any odd numbers. But more than that, if she had a 2, she knows it can't be double Beth's because she knows Beth doesn't have a 1. And if she had a 6, she knows it can't be double Beth's because she knows Beth doesn't have a 3. So in fact, it rules out anything but numbers divisible by 4. So let me get this right. So if Abby had one of these numbers, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, or 28, she can honestly say, "I don't know if your number is double mine or not." If your number is 18, then I don't have a number that's double yours. But if your number is 4, I do. So, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know. All right. So then Abby asks, "Is your number half mine?" Well, Beth knows everything that Abby knows. She knows that Abby's numbers have to be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, or 28. So is your number half mine? Now, Beth is sitting here thinking, well, if Beth's number was, for example, 18, she would know that it can't be half Abby's, and so she would say no. The fact that she doesn't know means that her number must be one of the ones that is half of Abby's numbers. So Beth's number can be 2 because that's half of 4. It can be 4 because that's half of 8. It can be 6. It can be 18 or 8. It can be 10. It can be 12, or it can be 14, but it cannot be any of the other numbers. So Beth can only honestly answer, "I don't know," if she's got one of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, or 14. Now she asks Abby, and by the way, Abby knows that too. Abby knows that the only way Beth could have answered, "I don't know," is if she had one of those remaining numbers. So now Beth asks, "Is your number half of mine?" And Abby says, "I don't know." The only... Okay, and so what does it mean when Abby says, "I don't know"? Well, if Abby's number was 8, she knows that that's not half of one of Beth's numbers because Beth would have to have 16. So Abby's number isn't 8 because if it was, she would say no. She wouldn't say, "I don't know." Likewise, if Abby's number was 20 and Beth asked, "Is your number half of mine?" Abby would say, "No, it's not. It can't be." But she didn't say no. She said, "I don't know," so it can't be 20. That same logic applies for every number except 4. If Abby's number was 12, she would say no. If it was 16, she would say no. If it was 24, she would say no. If it was 28, she would say no. If her number's 4, she says, "I don't know." Because if Beth's number is 10, then Abby's number is not half of Beth's number. But if Beth's number is 8, then Abby's number is half of Beth's number. So if Abby has number 4, she can honestly say, "I don't know if my number is half yours or not." But that's the only number where they could have all honestly answered, "I don't know," every time. So now Beth says, "I know your number. Your number is 4." And that's the only possible answer. That's the only number Abby could have where everybody would have answered honestly to all the questions.